Hi folks, this is my latest acquisition. This is a Newham Audio Courier Deluxe Stereo Disco console, and looking at the decks I would say 1974. It's earliest, it could be a bit later, but this has got two Garrard SP25s, as I just said it's stereo. The SP25 Mark IVs, but I'm not going to use them. The screws are missing out of the gimbals here. Someone's taken the screws out, don't ask me why, but the screws from the gimbals are missing, but the decks will be saved. I'm going to take these decks out. This mixer, I'm going to take this out because I'm going to gut this. I'm going to replace it with my Cytronic Hawaii Mark III mixer and my Garrard SP25 Mark VI, I think they are, decks, which are belt drive. And I'll just pause this slightly. Now folks, I've already lifted the skirt on this and it's quite roomy inside, to be honest. It's actually quite well made. It's made out of proper wood. It's in pretty good nick really, it will clean up well. There's two amplifiers in this, each with their own transformer, and these amps are 100 watt amps. I'm not sure the state of these, I've not plugged this in and tested it yet. That's the underside of the mixer, underside of the decks. Like I say, I'm not going to use those decks. The amps, I'm not sure if I'm going to use those. I've got to do some testing, extensive testing. I've got to test ESR, the capacitors, the ESR of these filter capacitors, or smoothing capacitors as some people call them. I've got to test all that. So there's quite a bit of work on this for me to do, but you know, it's had mice living in it. I've already hoovered it out, but it's still full of bits, and I can tell it's had mice in it because there's mouse droppings everywhere. I know I'm filming this on my bed, but I'm going to change my bedding today anyway. My bed is due to be changed, so I'll be changing that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And everywhere will be thoroughly hoovered. But my bench is full at the moment. I'm going to clear my bench off so I can get the other Cytronic on, get the Cytronic on, get it stripped, because that's an unpowered console, and yeah, I think I'm going to be using this. I bought this, I gave £70 for it, and given that there's a lot of usable parts in here, I think it was worth the money. I know for the observant amongst you probably think there's a knob missing. It ain't, I've got it there, it fell off. It came off, I've got that there, that's no problem. So it is all complete, apart from a few of the silver trim bits in the knobs are missing. But that's it for now folks. I'll keep you updated, but if these amps don't work, then I'll either refurbish them, and if they're too far gone and I don't want to do that, and I can't be bothered doing that, then I've got another plan. So I'll keep you informed. Thanks for watching, more to come later. Hello again folks, here we are back at the what I've dubbed the mouse shit disco console. It was absolutely full of mouse shit, but luckily the wiring hasn't been damaged or chewed through. It's actually, this case, which is the part I'm interested in, is actually in very good condition. I might be interested in these amps. Like I showed earlier, we've got two amps, two transformers, so you know, this is yeah, this, you know, yeah, what I need to do is work out, what I need to do is actually test these these filter capacitors, or smoothing capacitors if you like, They are 500 microfarads. I've already had a look at them. I've not tested them yet. I'm about to do the test now. If I can clip the leads on one-handed. There we go. For this I'm using my Atlas ESR tester. My Peak Atlas ESR tester. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to test each one of these capacitors. And right, well 0.04 ohms ESR, which is okay, and 6.25. So I'm going to say that one's okay. They are 5,000, but it could have gone up slightly. But let's connect this next one up. And we're going to do a full test. I'm going to test the bridge rectifiers and everything in this. I'm going to go through it thoroughly. Right, we're 0.04 ohms on that as well. And we're 577 microfarads. So we're okay there. I'm going to accept that as okay. I'm going to test the output transistors in this as well. And I'm not sure if they're silicone or germanium. I'm pretty sure the germanium. I'm pretty sure the silicon. Pretty sure the silicon. I'll find out when I test them. Because my tester tells me whether they're germanium or whether they're silicon. Certainly it does. Yeah, let's test this capacitor. See what we get here. 0.4 rather. 67722. Or yeah, 6722. That's okay. Let's connect the next one on. And yeah, 6601 microfarads. Right, I'm happy with those. Right, I'm happy with the fact that the filters are okay. More than happy with that. So I'll just pause this. Welcome back, folks. Right, I'm about to test the rectifiers in this. See if it's okay. Oh. The wire just flew off there, folks. Let's. Do you know, I'm going to have to get a tripod. Right, so we're on there now, so let's see. Diode junction. As you can see, that's okay, so I'm happy with that. So just pause while I solder the wires back on. Right, folks, I've tested the other rectifier. You don't need to see me test that. I've shown you testing one of them. So I've done the smoothing capacitors. I've tested them, they're all okay. I've tested the rectifiers, they're both all okay. I'm not happy with this fuse here. Somebody just put wire around it. I'm not happy with that, but I don't know what value that fuse should be. I ain't got a clue what value that fuse should be, so I'm certainly not leaving that in. So we'll put something like, I don't know, it's got to power 2 of these amps. I'll have a look on that fuse, see what that fuse is. That'll give me an idea. The fuses here are all okay. These have been tested, they're all okay. So I'm pretty confident. I'm not happy with that there, the way that's done, because that hang on, let's follow this through. What they've done, they've used how have they done this? So you've got a speaker there and a speaker there. Yeah, don't know how to. Let's just move that out of the way a minute. So we've got, yeah, speaker live. Oh. Yeah, we're back in a minute, folks. I'm not happy with that. Right, we're back. After some careful examination of the speaker terminals, I've worked out what they've done. Yeah, I worked out what they've done. What they've done, they've connected the two negatives of our lives here and done the same here, and took single wires up to here. So yeah, I know what they've done. Yeah, they're the two negatives there, or the two positives. They're the negatives because that's ground. So they're the two negatives there, and they're the two positives because you have two speakers per channel. Right, all the fuses are okay, the recce's are okay, everything's been checked. I'm not bothered about whether these turntable motors work. I would imagine they do. I'm not really too worried about anything to do with the turntables because they're coming out. The mixer I'm not really mithered about because it too is coming out. But the amplifiers, yes, I do want to save the amplifiers if I can. And the mixer is powered from here. It takes its power from here. Alright, the mixer takes its power, takes its ground from the amp, and it takes its positive from this fuse here. Its input, its voltage from this fuse here. So what I need to see about now, I mean these motors are coming out anyway. These decks are coming out, not being reused. Although they're not going to be thrown away, they're going to be saved. But they're not being used at the moment. The motorboard is cut for garage, so garage will be going back in. I'll tell you what though, this has got to be the best console I've ever worked on. I mean, look at the access. I mean, and look at it, it's all nicely made. It's, you know, it's got to be stripped out anyway and washed because it smells a bit musty. Oh, well, hang on a minute. Oh no, I've just found chipboard. There's chipboard in this. Oh, and I thought it was all solid wood. Most of it is though. It's only the case in this chipboard. This is a solid piece of ply. All these blocks here are solid. I'm pretty confident. I've not tested them output transistors, but the fuses for them are not blown, and all the joints look okay. Down there, I can't really see without fluorescent light though, but it looks okay. So for the moment, I'm going to give the amplifiers a clean bill of health. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prepare this to take the Cytronic mixer, and we'll see where we get with these amplifiers and see if they work or not. I can't imagine why they won't. These are your input A tier amplifiers. There's no master volume on this, I don't think. Do have a balance control here. Either this or this, one of them is. The balance control for, oh no, these are your faders. Yeah, these are your faders because they're your deck motors, they're your faders. Balance control is along here somewhere, it's one of these. Although I'm not quite sure which one. And this is your auto fade. I'm pretty sure that this is actually ceramic cartridges. I don't think this doesn't use magnetic cartridges, so, and given I want to use magnetic cartridges, I think this mixer's got to go, but I'm going to take it apart in a way where if it ever has to be, it can be put back together. If it's ever going to get reused, which it might. Anyway folks, I'm going to call it, so far on the amplifiers, I'm going to call it okay. we'll plug them in a bit and see what happens. I've tested the main components of them and they're okay. I would imagine these transformers, I've not tested them, I would imagine they're okay. Look on the built like British shit houses and transformers, aren't they? They're really good ones. Anyway folks, I'm going to now try and work out, without making a mess of things, the installation of the replacement mixer. So I'll get back to you folks. Thanks for watching. There we go folks, there's the mouse shit disco console stripped of everything except its amplifiers. And if I lift it up, as you can see I've had a good go under there. I've marked it up, ready for the got things falling off everywhere here. I've marked it all up here, ready for it to be cut, so I can put the Cytronic mixer in. I'll keep you posted on how that's going on. Right, we've got the aperture cut for the mixer and the mixer is temporarily fitted. I have put the screws in so I could level it up. It's not perfect, but it'll do. It's a far better unit that was in there before. I've got a couple of holes either side. I've got a hole either side here. Don't know what I'm going to do about them yet. I've got a couple of holes which were put there by the original manufacturer of the console, because it was a longer mixer. So, you know, it would have meant, well, I didn't want my mixer off centre. I mean, it is slightly off centre, but let's get this block of wood. Right, how far is it off? That's there, and actually it isn't off centre. Well, it is by a mouse's hair. It's off by a mouse's hair. Yeah, just slightly a bit this way. It needed to be slightly a bit that way, but I'm not bothered about that. It needed slightly moving over that way, but I'm not bothered. I can live with that. What I need to do next, what I might do actually, I might recover this. I might go and get some more of this red Rexine and recover the motorboard, and that'll get rid of those holes then. I'll fill them holes in with something and then get rid of them and do a proper job. But for now, the object is to just get the machine, the console, up and working. And I'm thinking of keeping them. I do like these snazzy little lights at the back, these little lights, and you know, for a minute I was wondering, puzzled as to where the wire went. It just comes straight out and down the back of the motorboard. But yeah, I've got the original lamp wiring somewhere that plugs into the power supply of this mixer, so I'll dig that up. I know I've got it because I didn't throw it away. I'll dig that up, dig it out and get that fitted, and I'll connect that to these lamps and check the bulbs in these, and if necessary put new ones in, because I think they're pretty snazzy lights. I mean, maybe a bit nicer off. They could have been a bit nicer. They could have put them a bit more in the middle. Might move them over slightly so they're in the middle of each deck, but we'll see where we get from there. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'll come back to you when I get a bit more done. But I'm going to have a brew, folks.